All right, so this is the story of Trajan. Latin 3, hello. Chapter 64, Big A. I'll probably do Big B at the same time unless I spend too much time talking about Trajan. I am a fanboy of Trajan's, though. There was an old saying that may you be luckier than Augustus and greater than Trajan, as in no way that's going to happen, but good luck. So I really like the story of Trajan overall. This is just about how great he is, and this is Pliny the Younger writing about him. Interestingly, Pliny the Younger is the one who we will see his writings at the end when we talk about Pompey, because he's writing about his great uncle, maybe just his uncle. Anyway, Pliny is why we have almost a first-hand account of what happened at Vesuvius, and that's why. And so this is Pliny talking about Trajan. I think specifically he's actually writing to him in this one. He saved all his letters as well, and Pliny is a fun little writer. And also, by the way, we just went from the great emperor to the greatest emperor. Like, Trajan is acknowledged as being the greatest emperor. He's also one of the first non-Italian emperors, so he kind of had to be great. Otherwise, they'd be like, see, it doesn't work. So, Pliny is writing to Emperor Trajan. Indeed, most learned or wizened emperor, because of your devotion, you had wished to succeed your father at the latest possible moment, but the immortal gods have hastened to bring your skills to the rudder of the state, or the helm of the state, which you had already assumed. Now, interesting thing here, Pliny, his great-uncle, or uncle, was an admiral in the Navy, so he's using a naval metaphor. And so I pray that everything might turn out successfully, that is worthy of your reign, for you and through you for the human race. Both as a private citizen and as a public servant, I wish you health and happiness, O best of emperors. And then we go on to Big B. Okay, so I'm going to just go do both of these. Okay. Marcus Ulpius Traianus governed the state so well that he is deservedly placed foremost of all the emperors, a man of unusual courtesy and courage. He expanded far and wide the boundaries of the Roman Empire, which, after Augustus, had been defended more than they had been enlarged. Now, that's actually a fair thing to say. I don't think that that's a criticism either. Like, Augustus really spread them out. You're going to need a few generations just to defend that. And then Trajan comes out, and it breathes even further out. He's the high water mark for Rome. His courtesy and temperance, however, surpassed even his military accomplishments. So as great as he was as a wartime leader, he was even greater as just a nice, chill man. His courtesy and temperance, however, it surpassed even his military accomplishments at Rome and throughout the provinces, showing himself to be a man of the people, visiting friends often just to say hello, even when they were ill or were celebrating a holiday, giving and attending dinner parties with these same friends without regard to their social status, and often sitting in their carriages, bringing harm to no senator, doing nothing unethical for the purpose of increasing his personal wealth, building much throughout the world, granting exemptions, tax exemptions, to city-states, and doing nothing that was not calm and peaceful. For this reason, throughout the world, he earned nothing but veneration most like a god, while he was both alive and dead. He passed away in the 63rd year, 9th month, and 4th day of his life, in the 19th year, 6th month, and 15th day of his reign. So he reigned for almost a generation. He was taken up amongst the gods, and he alone, out of all the emperors, was buried within the city limits. Because technically the tomb of Marcellus is just outside of the city limits, but it's totally within the city. His bones were gathered, his ashes, they really were his ashes at that point, were gathered in a golden urn and placed at the foot of his column. It's called Trajan's column. There's a poster of it on my door in my classroom, which was 144 feet high in the forum that he himself had built. By the way, he built Trajan's Forum, which is an enormous complex. And it's basically, he took an arch and turned it sideways and pushed it up against the mountain. And it was a huge shopping mall. His memory was preserved to such an extent that to our own era, this is Pliny the Younger, to our own era, emperors are acclaimed in the Senate by no other words than, "May you be more successful than Augustus and a better ruler than Trajan." And that's it for Trajan. I will catch back up to you in a little bit. I think we're going to take a look at some inscriptions from Britain. So I'm going to hit the button.